Hey guys, Polly here. I wanted to share with y'all about just a way that Jesus and I talk about our relationship and some things that he's been saying to me. Um, a few years back, he showed up to me, and he's driving a red convertible, and and he tells me to get in the car, and we go on this journey, and so that's what our relationship looks like often when he's talking to me, is we're just in this car and we're on a journey. And about a year ago, it's like he pulled up and he's like, get in the car. And so I get in the car and he's like, why do you keep getting out of the car? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just all of a sudden realized that I'm not in the car. I realized that I'm disconnected, and I don't know where that's coming from. And he's like, I really need you to stay in the car. And then he showed me this like beautiful destination of where we were going to go on this journey. But he's like, but there's going to be like dark days and rainstorms and all these seasons that we're going to go through before we get to this destination. And I need you to stay in the car. And I was like, okay, I'll stay in the car. And so over the last 12 months, there have been times where I've reached for the handle. There's been times where I've reached over and locked the door, like I'm not getting out. There's been times that he's reached over and locked the door. And times when I'm just sitting close with him and it's intimate and my head is on his shoulder. And then times where the top is down and we're having fun, just all these different things. But about a month ago, I really wanted to get out of the car. I was very discouraged and just had a lot of inner emotional things that I was dealing with. And I really wanted to get out of the car and just not really quit him, but I wanted to quit everything that I was doing. I just wanted to be a mom, and I just wanted to kind of exist and not really do a whole lot of anything. And so he stops the car and he's like, you can get out. You can get out of the car. It's fine. It's your choice. You can get out. And so I open the door, and when I do, there's darkness everywhere. And it's like we're on this very narrow road, and underneath is this deep, dark abyss. And I kind of take a breath, and I'm shocked. And he's like, you can get out. You can get out. Maybe you'll make it, maybe you won't, but you can get out of the car. And I very quickly shut the door, and I was like, I don't want to take my chances out there. But I realized in that moment that I had always had this idea of I can just go a different road. I can just go a different path, and I might still end up kind of where I needed to be. It's just a different process or a different way. And I realized in that moment that Jesus really is the only way. And he says in his word, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And people that come to me find life, and they find it everlasting and abundant. And outside of him really is darkness and death. And it's not just a different road. It's a road that leads to death and destruction. And so I don't want that. And so I very quickly chose to stay connected. And you know what? He got me through that season and that moment of that terrible darkness that I felt like I was in, but really I was with him and I was safe and he was guiding me, and it was good. And so I just encourage you today, whatever you're going through, just stay connected to him. Just stay connected and pray and be with him and be in his presence. And outside of him, it may look for a moment like it's a good choice, but when you really see that disconnection with him leads to death and to darkness, and it's just not a good choice. And so be blessed today and stay close to Jesus.